Hmm.
Damn hustling, 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 hustling,
It's your
hustling,
boy
hustling,
Ski.
hustling, 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 hustling.
Oh, welcome back to the Matrix. You're not just in the Matrix, you are the Matrix. How's it feel, Neo? And today we got ourselves a banger daily market news analysis. What is up? What is up? How's everyone feeling out of 10? Happy Sunday, y'all. Make sure you guys spam that like button, hitting that share so other people can spam that like button. Let's get this party started. What's up, everyone? Long time no see. I took a little bit of a fast hiatus, right? We did the 36-hour fast. No water, no liquids, no food. And this is the first solo live stream back. I'm feeling recharged. I'm feeling refreshed. I'm feeling rejuvenated. I'm feeling magnificent. I'm feeling wonderful. And so are the markets. So let's get into it. Cheers, mate. Leroy Jenkins. What up, fellow? Huge. Bitcoin decided to hop on. Bitcoin to 86K. What up, Ski? What's the Ski report? Slopes are fast and Palad slushies slow? I don't know what you're saying. What's happening in the market? It's the weekend. I don't want to give it too much mind, but I am liking what I'm seeing. We're flirting. This is the second time. So the first time we touched it, we didn't quite touch the 200 EMA. So right now, okay, we're on Bitcoin on the daily chart. Let's get into it. Spam that like button, hit that share. So we're on Bitcoin. We're on the Bitcoin chart on the daily right now. Okay, and we're looking from February 25th until present. And we had this, in my opinion, what this is, and I've talked about this a little bit. I'm pretty much just canceling this out because this was nothing more than not even market manipulation, but just insider trading. This is all this was. So if you were to look at the typical setup of Wyckoff accumulation, to me, this is your selling climax and this is your secondary test. I'm going to take out some of the volatility. I'm going to view this with some discretion and say that this was more volatile than it should have been. Going from 76K all the way up to 95K should not have happened outside of insider trading. And so if you just kind of remove this, what you would be left with is a dead cat bounce to probably about 87, 85K, and then making your secondary test and sort of marching your way along, right? So the first time we touched it, couldn't quite get above even at all. And then the second time we attempted to get above it, the wicks got above it, but the body could not. And now this is the third try getting above this crucial 200 EMA moving average. Now, what I do like is the 8 EMA is now sloped to the upside. And what I want to see, and we're starting to get it, starting to get the first little signs of life, Bitcoin being at 86,000. I want to see a daily body on top of this 200 moving average and start not having this as resistance, but we need to flip the resistance into support. And we're very much flirting with that right now. Cheers, mate. Fartcoin, basically the thing that on my watch list green past 30 days. Whales accumulating. I'm pretty sure Solnick is green over the past 30 days. I know that it's been one of the top performing Solana coins over the last week. I know that for sure. Is this on the daily? John, this is on the daily. We're looking at the daily right now. So we're about halfway through this. So 86K, if this were to close right now, you could probably argue that this is a daily body above this. So we'll see where this closes. But ultimately, what I want to see is the bottom of this candle. So the bottom right now is at 84.5, and that's not really going to change for today. But on Monday, Tuesday, I want to see the bottom of this candle be on top of the 200 moving average. So look like something like a so. Okay? That's what I want to see. I know that's a beautiful candle, and you guys all came here for my artwork. And you're like, the charts are secondary. We just want to see skis drawing on TradingView. I know that that's how you look at things, but this is what I want to see. Okay. This week. And I think we will. So, we're now fully out of the bearish energy. We're now completely fully out of this bearish energy from the eclipse. And I expect us to make an attempt to make it another leg higher, at least getting to the top of this range in the 90K range this week. That's what I anticipate. So looking good. We're not quite out of the woods, but every day we get a little bit closer back to the house. So we haven't made it out of the woods yet, but every day that we go along, we're making it further and further closer to the house. And when we look on the 5 hour, it looks even better. Okay, so this is your selling climax, your secondary test. Secondary test, textbook goes lower than the selling climax. And then what do you have? You have a higher low, a higher low, a higher low, a higher low again, and you have a higher high, a higher high, a higher high. Now, can we get this on the 5 hour chart to be a higher high yet again? And guess where that would put us? That would put us on top of the 200 EMA. And that would put us back in the most bullish posture possible. So, again, we're not out of the woods, but I can see the house. Okay? We're still in the woods, but I can see the house from here. I can see the house from here. All right? So, things are looking very good for Bitcoin. Yeah. Thank you for the cake, Scott. Appreciate you, bro. Neil, thanks for the... GG's, the Shemrock, Crypto Trend, thanks for the heart puff. Thanks for the GG's, the heart. Scott, thanks for the hearts, you savages.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
How about Polygon? I like Polygon. I think it's kind of an undervalued play right now. I think Polygon minimum gets to $4. That is my prediction for that. Shiba and ETC are next to pump. I would listen. That's not a crazy take. ETC and Shiba are some of the first movers. Let's take a look at Shiba actually. Shiba's been on my top value play list for a while. It has the same structure as Bitcoin. I think the same thing, selling climax, and then this is your secondary test. You're making higher lows, not quite on top of it's not quite making as many higher highs, but we'll see how this week turns out. If you can take out 8.16 billion, that would be a higher high. And then the macro level is 8.9 billion. That would be a macro higher high and put you in full on bullish posture. But the most macro chart for Shiba, this chart looks amazing. We have not quite broke this downtrend, but it's very, very close for Shiba. And Shiba with, the altcoins as well as ETC, those are some of the first movers. I would say Litecoin, ETC, Shiba, Doge, those are all some of the first movers that you typically see out of the altcoins. And I brought this up last time. ICP, Subski. How hard was the 36-hour dry fast? Sounds really tough. John, I'm not going to lie to you. That was one of the hardest things I've done. I've done a 9-day wet fast, meaning I drink water. And 36-hour dry fast was harder to me personally than the 9-day wet fast. That was very, very tough. New moon, March 29th. Yeah, I think we're going to pump into that and even beyond it a little bit. So you typically have about 5 days beyond that. So I think that we're going to have a nice little... I think we're going to have a green week this week is what I think. And what I would like to see is us break this macro downtrend that we've been at for a while. That's what I would like to see from this week. And I think this week has enough steam to do it. So let's see. I'm going to show you guys Bitcoin real quick. We talked about this in the last live stream that I did. But this is what I think. This is basically my thesis right now. And I'll show you. Okay, so on the top we got Bitcoin in 2020 through 2021. We're looking at the daily chart. And what I want to examine is these two critical levels right here. Okay, and we're going to put on the bottom, we're going to put the total 3. And we're going to have the same levels. Okay, and I already got them marked. Well, and I'll show you. So from the C19 crash to the macro bear trap, which is what I think is happening, a hybrid of this, a similar structure to this. So on the top is Bitcoin on the daily chart. On the bottom is the total 3 on the daily chart, which is the total 3 is what I would measure as pure altcoins. Okay, and this is through the same chart. Let me make this a little bit wider. Okay. Okay, so these are the exact same. This is the exact same time frame that we're looking at. On the top is Bitcoin. On the bottom is the total 3. And what I want to put your attention to, and this is so funny because it was the same thing being perpetuated last time. So from the C19 crash until this first peak over here in Bitcoin, this was a macro bear trap. Bitcoin did a 10x in that time frame. Okay, and during the same time frame, you'll see the total 3, it's up, but it's relatively flat. And it's basically at the same bear market low prices. Okay, does everyone see that? It's basically at the same bear market low prices. And what happened was, this was a bear trap. And Bitcoin was no longer the play after this. This was all the gains for Bitcoin, a 10x. And this is what I talked about back in 2022. What did I say? I kept being like, I kept talking about having Bitcoin should have a massive place in your portfolio because it's going to come down least and it's going to go up first. I said the first part of the run is going to be all about Bitcoin. And that's what we've seen. It's been all about Bitcoin. From here up, Bitcoin only did another 1x. That was it. Not even. It did a 1.2x. Okay, that's great compared to the stock market, but that's not why we're in crypto, right? I think we would all agree. But I'm going to zoom out and show you from this bear trap right here. This is a bear trap on the total 3. Okay, I'm going to show you what the end of the story looked like and how flat this was, how close to the bear market lows it was. It wasn't until Bitcoin pulls back that the altcoins really woke up. They were at their bear market lows. Say it with me. In 2021 until February and March, the total 3 and most of the altcoins were at their bear market lows. You see how it's like, it's different this time. There's too many coins. The tariffs ruined everything. Trump, blah, blah, whatever narrative, insert here. It's different this time, but when we look at it, we'll see. Ski, ski, ski. Yow, ski, ski. ICP, please. We'll look at ICP. ZEUS on Sol. Going bananas lately. Do you like INJ? It's okay. Shiba and ETC are the... Oh, I already read that. Hi. Where can I buy? I need help. If you're brand new, use Coinbase. That's the best beginner. Ski has the most slept on TA. That's okay. Listen. My words, my podcasts, my broadcasts, my videos are not for everyone. I get it. And you know what? I forgot to turn this on. It's okay. They're not for everyone. But they're for the right people. From my mouth to the ears of leadership is who it's for. It's not for everyone. It's for the right people, though. From my mouth to the ears of leadership is who my message is for. Do I get everything 100% correct? No, I don't. But my videos, my broadcast is not for everyone, but it's for the right people. We are fasting 18 hours daily for 30 days back to back Ramadan. Fasting is wonderful. I think more people should fast. I like to see something not depressing happen. 10K coming up. Ski, I'm about to head to the farm. We got work to do. We got work to do indeed. There's always work to do on the farm. What's up, Solana community? What's up? 10K likes off the rip. Let's go. Tariffs on April 2nd. Another crash incoming. That's a narrative, right? I've talked about this. Bitcoin going to weekly close above 85K. It looks like it. We'll see. I'm very bullish. Solnick. I feel better when I fast. Same here. Ski, what do you think about people saying the bull run over till 2029? I could not disagree more. And I just went over it, right? We just went over like the macro analysis. I'll briefly touch on it again real quick. And then I'll look at Bitcoin right now. And then we'll look at the altcoins right now. But this is the same data points. So the purple little circles are the same data points. Okay, let's get rid of the blue one so we don't confuse nobody. Okay, so this is the same time frame right here. So we got Bitcoin on top and we have the altcoins on the bottom. Okay, this is the same exact time frame. Let's try to make it match it. Okay, so this is the total 3 and Bitcoin daily on top, daily on bottom. This is the C19 crash, the C19 crash. Okay, and what I want you to notice, from here to here, Bitcoin does a 10x. A 10x, aka a lifetime of stock market gains. That's what Bitcoin does in less than a year. During the same time frame, and I'm kind of like showing it to you in a way where I show you the end of the story, but during the same time frame, the total 3, aka the altcoins, were at basically their bear market lows. And guess what everyone was saying back here? It's different this time, it's over. And what was this? This was a macro bear trap. Bitcoin does a 1x. Bitcoin's no longer the play from here. And then this is when the actual altcoin woke up. That's when the real altcoin season happened. This is what I said back in 2022. Bitcoin is the largest portion of my portfolio and will be. Because it comes down the least and it goes up first. And then when we get our macro bear trap, then that's when you get a real deal altcoin season. Now, people are talking about the tariffs. And listen, I would relate the tariffs to any other bad news. Like Luna going to zero, like the war in Ukraine, like the war in Israel, like Silicon Valley Bank going to zero, like the recession talks back in 2023. I would liken it to any of those things. In that, like the war in Israel, for an example, perfect example of how I would relate it to the tariffs, right? In 2022 and 2023, the World War III narrative was shoved down our throat. Shoved down our throat. All of 2023, that's all we heard about. World War III is imminent. It's about to break out any moment. And just everyone's on edge the entire time. Oh my God, we're about to go into World War III. Please. The whole time. And guess what? This is a narrative until it's not. Until the market gets used to it. Right? So this can pull the market back. It can be gloom and doom until it's not. Until the market gets used to it. It's not the events that the market doesn't like. It's not the wars that the market doesn't like. It's not the tariffs. It's not the recessions. It's not the different presidencies. It's the uncertainty that the market does not like. And once it is certain as to what is to transpire, the market is fine with any piece of news. It doesn't like uncertainty. It's not the actual event that it doesn't like. And when we look at the war in Israel, I would argue we have a similar setup, right? You have a macro crash. Right here, huge move from 31K all the way back to 25K. And then what starts happening? This too was your selling climax, and you had a secondary test that went lower. So let's zoom in and examine this war, because we could say that this war in Israel was a similar event and structure to what we're having right now with the tariffs, right? So you have a big crash from 31K all the way back down to 25K. What's the percentage on that? Is it less than 109? Similar? Pretty damn close. 22% in a couple of weeks from July 23 until September 23. 22% correction. This was your selling climax. Secondary test goes lower than the selling climax. And then what do you start to happen? Higher low, higher low, higher high, breakout. Come on now. This was World War III on our doorstep. That's not worse than tariffs. I want you to understand. Even if you hate the orange man's guts, this is not worse than tariffs. I promise you. Okay? Same thing. God dog it, man. Bro, I cannot stand TikTok. There is no way that this happens every day. There's no way. All right. I'm not even gonna. This is fine because I was gonna smoke a cigar anyways. So I'm gonna exit out of this. I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna message them real quick so they don't actually suspend it real quick. They lost you at Orange Man. All right. Well, tell them everybody to come to YouTube. I'm gonna message TikTok real quick. Give me like 2 minutes because I don't want them to actually suspend it. Hold on. All right, give me 1 sec. Because I got some good stuff for y'all. And if they give it back, we'll go back live on TikTok. But I'm going to just smoke my cigar. All right, I submitted it already. Let me get to them on the support page here. Bro, where is it? Where are you? 'Cause I'm so sorry. Chat with us. There we go. My wrongly suspended for did not submit a ticket. Let me copy this. Copy, submit a ticket. Bro, come on. There we go. All right, we all know TikTok. For real. All right, we'll take a look at that. Go live with the Solnick account on TikTok. I'm just going to smoke a cigar is what I'm going to do. Might just have to keep your face on only if they want it. Yeah. Yeah, we'll probably go back to that. We'll probably go back to doing that. Damn you, big brother. Quit wasting your time on TikTok. Yeah. You said the magic word. I know. You cannot say orange man. If you say orange man, that is it. If you wake people up, that is too much. My broadcast is for the ears of leadership. All right, I didn't read some of these comments. Let's go back up. I am the Matrix. Fast, but don't fast from water. You'll ruin your organs. Yeah, I'm not going to do a dry fast again, at least for another year. Ski, and messaging some of these crypto people about Solnic. Hopefully they see your project and get. Appreciate it, brother. Thoughts on AIOZ? Pumping. My throat is sore. Ski, thanks for all you do. I had a portfolio call with Ski earlier. Amazing. Great info. Gave me more conviction on my portfolio. Let's go. Another hater. Damn you, big brother. Why aren't you live on IG? Have I ever been live on IG? Has that been a thing? I've tried to set that up in the past. I don't know if it's ever worked or not. It's a cigar for me. Yeah. Ski, what happened? I was on TikTok. Man, TikTok doesn't like me telling people what's up. All right. So, to recap, let's go back. I talked about, I'm comparing this event right here. Macro, micro, and macro. So, macro, it's the same thing to me as from here to here. Same thing, macro. So, from the C19 crash until this big macro bear trap, and then you have your big altcoin season, right? So macro, that is a very similar structure to what we have here. But micro, I think it's a similar structure too. In that, especially with the narrative, right? So you have the war in Israel. Maybe it's Israel. Maybe they don't like that. So you crash from 31K back to 25K. And then this is your selling climax over here. This is your secondary test. The secondary test goes lower. Right? And then you start making higher low, higher low, higher high, breakout. Okay? And this is what I said before TikTok suspended it and ended the whole thing, derailed my entire thing that I had, but it's fine. Whatever you think about the orange man, I could say his name now, Trump. The man's name shall not be said, the sitting president. Whatever you think about him, listen. And whatever you think about the tariffs, listen, that's not worse. I promise you, it's not worse than the war in Israel. It's not worse than being on the brink of World War III. It's just not. Okay? And so I would argue we have a very similar thing happening right now. So crashing from 109K all the way down to, what did we get to? So 28%. And then you have the same thing. Selling climax. Secondary test goes lower, and then you start making your higher highs and higher lows. Now, it's not super clear on the daily. You just kind of see a uptrend here. But when we look at the 5-hour chart, it's pretty damn clear. I didn't think you had a YouTube. I instantly subscribed. Let's go, bro. Appreciate you. Okay? So look on the 5-hour chart. Selling climax, secondary test. Higher low, higher low, higher low, higher high, higher high, higher high. Insane. So what I want to see is one more higher high, and I think it could be the breakout. And I think we're going to have a big week for Bitcoin in the cryptocurrency market. And I think that the altcoins, everyone's like, well, when was the last time they were at their bear market lows? I don't know. How about last cycle? Bear market lows. So this is basically where I think that we're at, macro, for the altcoins. And where I think that we're at for Bitcoin, I don't think that Bitcoin has a lot left this cycle, right? I've talked about this. I think Bitcoin does another 1x from here. That's great compared to the stock market. That's fantastic. I was saying that at 100K, and I'm definitely saying it now. We're somewhere in here, in my opinion. That's where we're at. Can Brett hit $1? What's the supply on Brett? Top value plays: Solnic, News, H&T, Rose, ICP, Shiba, Dent, VeChain, Naka, IOTA, Flux, Theta, Krill, Suki, Raven, Dynex, Dot, LCX, Sauce, Hee, Crow, Phantom, News, One, XYO, ADA, Link. What happened? So let's see if they approved it here. And if they did, I don't know how to. I'll probably just go live on my phone is what I'll do. No, nothing yet. All right. I'll keep an eye on that. And I'll just go live on my phone. Because I'm pretty much, I'm done with this. Every day I say I'm done with it, but for real. For real, for real, for real. We're just going to go live on my phone on TikTok from now on. And this will be the main viewing experience. Is what we're going to do. And that way, especially on the weekends, we can smoke some cigars. And we can drink some whiskey. And do all the fun things that I like to do without worrying about Big Brother. Because listen, as much crap as they talk about Google and all these other things, listen, I've never had a video ever taken down on YouTube. Not one, not one, not one. Uploaded 2,000 videos. Never had one taken down on YouTube. Do you think it's good to stake on Sol on Phantom? Yes, I do. Just make sure it's the correct one. Because I have seen scenarios of Brett has 10 billion supply. So that would mean it needs to get to $10 billion market cap. My target is 1 billion, so I think 10 cents. What happened to the TikTok live? TikTok does this. This is my nightly ritual. Someone will, it just gets suspended for a couple hours. And then by the time I am done live streaming, I appeal it, and then it gets approved, and they're like, whoopsies, I'm a Sagittarius. Turns out it was just somebody who thought we were going into the bear market, and they don't like to hear opposite views from what they think. Whoopsies, I'm a Sagittarius. Turns out you didn't do anything wrong. Someone just has differing opinions from you. And on our platform, if someone has a differing opinion from you, that's not allowed. It's illegal. Jail. Death. Ski, add KSM to your list. Let me get this. Where's my cutter? I'm gonna smoke me a cigar, man. Y'all done stress me out, man. Not really. I'm chilling. Alvarez keeps getting reported to. Yeah, it's annoying, man. It is, it's insane that that's the way that their platform is set up. And I've seen some crazy stuff on TikTok. You know what I mean? I've seen some crazy activities going on TikTok. I don't know. Listen, I'm not a perfect individual. I make mistakes. I get things wrong. Sometimes my TA is wrong. I've gotten things wrong in the past. I've made mistakes in my personal life. I'm definitely not a perfect human. But I do my best, and I try to do the best that I can for the most amount of people. And I try to be my very best for the most amount of people. And I try to bring as much value to you guys as I possibly can. What kind of cigar? This is, what is this one called? I was smoking a different one. I was smoking a good one. This is a, Perdomo Fresco. These are like pretty good cheap cigars, I think. Mistakes make us better. That's right. It's all about, it's a journey to learn and grow and get better. It's all a journey. It's all a process to learn, grow, and get better. To make it better and better and better and better. The Swisser, it's not a Swisser. Would you switch Casper for Rose? Got a million Casper coin. I think that Casper's bottom, but I also like Rose a lot here too. At least you acknowledge your mistakes. Yeah. Some creator made a video about me, a diss track video. And that was the funny thing. It was like, this person made a diss video about me. And their biggest thing about me was that I admitted that I was wrong. because I thought that February we were going to break out. And I admitted that I was wrong. And I'm just like, accountability, that's a negative to you? That makes one of us who are accountable, because one of us thought that that Bitcoin was going to 3K in 2022 and was bearish the entire time and misled their entire audience and made them miss the bottom, and it wasn't me. But yeah, I will be accountable for every action that I take. Zeus been out 7 months, not enough data. See, Coffee knows what's up. I can't really project if it's less than a year. 6 months is the bare bones minimum, but it's really not enough time. The ads. Can we look at Sonic chart, get some good dopamine? Yeah, Sonic's been performing extremely well. I'm really excited for what we got in store for Sonic. I mean, look at it. This is a clean breakout, y'all. That's a clean breakout if I ever saw one. And this is on the daily chart. But, I mean, the 5 hour is even crazier. Whatever chart you want to look at, it don't matter. This is a breakout. However you want to slice it. Solana, Bolana, Moana, Lakers in 5. Sonic in 5. Here we go. Look at that. That's a clean breakout. Same thing. Selling climax, secondary test. Then look, this is what I'm talking about with Bitcoin too. It's a crazy thing to say. It's a crazy thing to say right now, but it's just been true. And listen, I know that I have my biases, and just understand that I have my biases. And I'm going to say something that's crazy, but I just think it's true. Because I think that you guys, obviously, the Solana community is mostly my community. And I think that you guys are a very smart, intelligent community. But I think that Solana, in a lot of ways, kind of front runs what the market does. And we saw this the last time before everything broke out. Solana went parabolic before everything did. So we'll see if that continues. It might just be a coincidence. But this is basically what I'm talking about. Like breaking your downtrend, your secondary test. So this is, we're going to put this over here. So your secondary test. So this is selling climax, right? And then secondary test goes a little bit lower than the selling climax. Then you start getting higher lows. Right? Higher lows. Higher lows. Higher high. Higher high. Higher high. Break the downtrend. Break out. I mean, they don't really make them like this. That's about as clean as it gets, ladies and gentlemen. And we broke through all of this, what would be resistance, and we're on top of all of that. Beautiful. Ski, what's the update with Solnic? We're working on pre-staking right now, and we have signed the contract for one of the biggest media companies that exists. We have a big plan. We're waiting for the entire macro market to turn around just a little bit before we start to launch that, although Solnic is already doing its thing. But we're about ready to deploy that. We've already signed the contracts. We've already paid. We already have an understanding of what each of us need to do with this company. So we got that one in the chamber. We're working on pre-staking, where you're going to be able to lock up your Solnic and earn APY on your Solnic. So this is going to be a big deal. BYOB, be your own bank. What it means to be your own bank, right? It's important to me, because screw the big banks. They never do what they say they're going to do. They always worry about themselves, and then you're always on the back burner. They're always the one making all the money, and then they'll give you a little, here's $2 for the year off of your $100,000 or whatever it was that was in your bank account. Here's the $2 dividend that you get. Thanks for banking with us. Meanwhile, they're making hand over fist money. Meanwhile, anything that bad happens, the taxpayer bails them out. So no, like that's what this movement is about. BYOB is not just some slogan that I'm making up to generate hype and steam. It's a real thing that I'm really passionate about, that I really care about. It's an FU to the man. It's an FU to big pharma, big banks. And I'm excited to see what we can do. But right now, the 20-meter targets, as they say, or the 50-meter target in the as they say in the military, we should be doing a podcast with the on-chain on Wednesday to hear more development on when they're actually going to release that. So they're going to show a demonstration about that. So make sure you guys show up on Wednesday. That should be about, I think it should be about this time right here on Wednesday. And they're going to show a demonstration on how it's going to work. So that should be available where you're going to be able to buy Solnic using Google within 1 week to 4 weeks is what I would say. So the latest, it should be about 4 weeks, and the earliest, it should be about a week from now. So we might still get it in March, but it might be a couple of weeks. We'll see. But it's very, very close to being done, and we're going to get a demonstration on Wednesday as to how it's going to work. And then the next thing that we're working on is the pre-staking, where you're going to be able to lock up your Solnic, and you're going to get APY. Seems like it's the shady people that always make real good money, and any honest, hardworking people just get screwed. Yes, I agree, and that's what this is about for me. This is trying to help an honest man. And I've talked about this. A lot of my clients are not like, you know, I'm sure there's some people that want their Lamborghinis, and that's fine. There's nothing. I don't have nothing against it. But a lot of my clients they're farmers, they're teachers, they're moms, they're nurses, they're truck drivers, they're real estate agents, they're regular people. And that's what I'm passionate about, is helping regular people realize their full potential. Not me. I'm not doing it. When people say, Ski, thanks so much. You made me so much money. It's like, I didn't do anything. You did it. You're the one that took the action, not me. You did it. But that's what I'm passionate about. That's what wakes me up in the morning, is helping regular people realize their full potential, to do what they're supposed to do, to what they're supposed to be put on this earth to do. You're here for a reason. And if you can alleviate the financial freedom part of the thing, of the shackles of that, well, now you can go do what your purpose is. Now you can do what you're put on this earth to do. Caspa looks like a V-shaped recovery. Let's see. I mean, I said that. I thought that this was the bottom. I did say that for Caspa. On record. Documented. I mean, even back in 2023, this is one of the mistakes that I made. This is a very clean distribution, and I really like it long term. I don't know that this is the V bottom. If we take this out, it would be a V bottom. But I do think that this is the bottom either way. We could accumulate more, but I don't think we're going to take this out. This was my target over here, by the way. When we were at 15 cents, I said that I thought we would go back to 7.5 cents. And we did. So I'm mind Caspa here. I don't know that it's going to V bottom from here. It might have some more work to do. We'll see. However, I don't think we take this low out of 5 cents. Ski, get Solnic on the USA made CMC list. I will look and see how I can do that. I'll see what I can do. What's up, fam? Solnic's more than a coin. It's a movement. Do you think VeChain can hit 50 cents to $1 next bull run? Yes, absolutely. Imagine a Solnick Lambo. Body shop painter here. Body shop painters. Pay off your debts before you go and get a Lambo. 100%. Shout out to my fellow nurses. They work at Wendy's. You think ICP will hit a minimum 30 by May 2025? I don't know about by May, but definitely by the end of the bull market, for sure. Solnick was the top 3 highest percentage over the last 7 days. Ski, can you do XYO? XYO is a big value play for me right here. I think that XYO gets to 10 to 20 cents. I haven't looked at it in a little bit. Let's look at it. I'm hopping off. I'm hoping to pay off my house after this bull run. That's a very good goal. If I can do it, you can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I'm not special. Nurse and Solnick Whale. Let's go. Crypto Cajun. Did I say it right? Is it Cajun? Man, XYO's chart looks beautiful to me, though. Especially on the macro. You broke this downtrend. I wonder... I don't think it's quite broke this downtrend over here. I mean, this is a pretty steep one. It's hard to even measure this, to be honest. I don't know that it's quite broke this one yet, but it's very close too. Same thing though. Like we saw this over here. You saw this over here. You had your accumulation, your big move to the upside, sign of strength, and then your back test. And you're just on a perpetual skid here. And then what happens? Selling climax, secondary test, higher low, breakout, back test, breakout. Boom. So is this, I think this is the selling climax here. You might get a secondary test. But what we got to do is break out of this. And if we pull even a micro fib, I'd like to see, like, what are some moves that we can, yeah, this got to the micro 2618. So, I mean, that's definitely, I think that this is the bottom though. So what would be the micro 2618 here? That would take you to some macro levels is what it would take you to. The micro 3618 takes you to the macro 1618. Nurse and Solnick Dolphin here too. Let's get it. You should wrap the Corolla and Solnick. I have a I don't have a Corolla. I got a Camry. What Solnick can get to? My low case is 10 cents. My medium case is $1. My bull case is $5.89. Sooner or later, all of those targets will be hit. The ADA chart is looking nice. Current moment price too. Yes, I agree. ADA has the same exact chart. This is the chart that I'm looking for. Macro. For my altcoins, the quote dinosaur blue chips, this is what I'm looking for. These are the charts. Take note. Take note. Let's pull up ADA. It says, I print wraps. Let's go. Man, ADA, man, I got to be honest. ADA might be the best looking blue chip chart because it's already making the higher low structure. Like, see this? This is on the daily. Selling climax, higher low, higher low, higher high, higher high. We just need to see another higher high. This could be a breakout. I mean, even the micro. Let's do a micro fib to see where this is going to get to. I mean, you're talking minimum 90 billion. That's a, what is that? This is a micro fib. This ain't even the macro fib. That's basically an all-time high is what it is. What is the all-time high for ADA? That's what the next micro fib level would take us to. Let's see here. What is the all-time high? $3. So yeah, somewhere in that neighborhood. Let's see what TikTok. Appeal approved. All right. We'll go back live on TikTok. We'll go back live on TikTok because I think they should have. That means I gotta stop smoking though. That's all right. They should have a little bit of security for me. All right, let's go back live on TikTok. We'll give it one more chance. My theory is, and we'll see, my theory is they should have a little bit of protection for me for the rest of the day. We'll see how that plays out. We'll see how that plays. But that's my theory. That's the theory. Do we have... I might not have any sound over here. Oh, no, we good. We good. All right. Listen. You can't smoke live on TikTok? No. You cannot. Can you pull up the Doge chart? I can. You had a calcium scan? No, I have not. What tick token? I don't know what they think, bro. I don't know. I don't know. Listen, you're watching on TikTok. I'm live on YouTube. I'm tired of them doing these shenanigans, man. I'm tired of them doing... I'm tired of this, Grandpa. He says, just send me a high-res file and consider it done, bro. Are you talking to me or coffee? Dots still have a chance of 5x by May? Absolutely. Definitely. Definitely has a strong chance. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. We're going to start doing... I think what I'm going to start doing is maybe every Saturday, we'll do a whiskey cigar live. And then we'll do some... I'll do at least one members only. The whole stream. Not at the end. Live stream per week. Can you do Flux Ski? I got you, bro. I think that's what we're going to start doing in addition to everything else. Thank you for the $1.99 donation, brother. Appreciate you.
But the cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this has the same macro chart. I don't love that it micro went through here, but I've seen stuff do that. We're just flirting with this downtrend, too. It hasn't quite broken it, but, man, it's oversold at this point. Really oversold. 20 on the daily RSI. That's pretty low. Whiskey cigar sounds fun. Yeah, we'll maybe do that every Saturday. You know what his targets are for Flux. Check palm. If you're watching on TikTok, man, just head over to YouTube. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. I'm tired of the BS. I'm done with TikTok and their shenanigans. I'm done with TikTok shenanigans. Every day. I'm just trying to bring value to people. Every day. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I get things wrong. I get TA wrong. I make life mistakes. I've messed up in my life. However, I do my very best, and I try to do the very best that I can for each and every one of you guys. And I try to bring as much value as I can, and I hold myself accountable anytime I get things wrong. My content is not for everyone. It is for the years of leadership. It is for the ears of leadership. I have 10,000 flux and needs to quit fluxing around. Can you have a day where you drunk leverage trade? I want to participate. However, no, I will not be having a day where I drunk leverage trade. I think that's a terrible, terrible idea. Maybe the worst idea. Bro, do you think the bull run will stretch into 2026 or will end in 2025? Listen, I'm not mad at the thesis that the bull run stretches into 2026. I think that that's certainly possible. There's a decent probability for that, but I'm still sticking to what I thought since 2022. Since November of 2022, my entire time I've said November of 2025. That is my thesis. And until something is different, actually, properly, literally, mathematically, that's what it's going to be. Yes, the web. Yes. ICP, I think, gets to $30 at least. And I could see it getting over $100. I really like... Let's look at ICP's chart. Yeah. In the micro, it broke this support, which isn't awesome. But I still think it's doing a lot of the same what the market is. Silent climax, secondary test. Let's look at the 5-hour. Yeah. So yeah, I think ICP gets to a minimum of $30 this bull market. It's a really good value here. Boring, boring, boring until it is not. Okay, so let's recap for those on TikTok that are watching where I think that we're at before the shenanigans started. So we're gonna do this again. Just do a recap, and then we'll analyze where we're at and what I want to see for the rest for this to hold true. Okay. And if we lose TikTok again, we lose TikTok again. I'll be on YouTube. I've never had a video ever taken down on YouTube. Never, not one time have I ever had a video ever taken down on YouTube. I say again, never, not one time have I ever had a video taken down on YouTube. So if you lose me again, you know where to find me. Okay? If you lose me again, you know where to find me. If you need me, call me, no matter where you are. All right. On the top, we have Bitcoin on the daily chart. And I'm going to recap this one more time. We're going to do a macro analysis of what I think this is and a micro. Okay? So, on the top is Bitcoin. I clicked the 3-day chart, but it's not the 3-day. It's the daily. Answer. Daily double. Okay. On the top is Bitcoin on the daily chart. On the bottom is the total 3, which is what I would measure as true, proper altcoins. That's the whole bucket of altcoins into one thing. Okay. Now, these two purple circles are the same dates. Okay. It might not be lined up perfectly. It's lined up good enough to where you get the idea. Okay. But those are the same dates. Okay. And from the C19 crash all the way until this first macro bear trap, which is what I think is happening, and what I said back in 2022, everyone kept asking me, like, why do you talk so much about Bitcoin? Why is Bitcoin such a big portion of your portfolio. And the reason is because of this. Bitcoin goes first. It comes down the least and it goes up first. After it pulls back, after the initial take profit, aka bear trap, that's when we get our altcoins run. And everyone's like, well, when was the last time altcoins were at their bear market lows? Well, how about 2021? How about 2021? And what I want you to notice is, from this C19 crash until this bear trap, Bitcoin did a 10x. Pulls back and then does another 1x. Okay? From the time that it pulled back, though, what I want you to see is, during the same time, this is when it really got into euphoria. And I think we are somewhere in this notion right in here. Okay? And I want to go a little bit more micro when people are talking about the tariffs. This is where we lost. This is where you guys lost me last time. So if you lose me again, you know where to find me. I posted 2,000 videos on YouTube, never had a single one taken down. If you lose me again, you know where to find me. Okay. Now, what I talked about was, it's not that the market doesn't like the tariffs, or it doesn't like the wars. It doesn't like whoever the president is. What it doesn't like is uncertainty. That's what the market doesn't like. And what I talked about, what I referenced is, this was a huge correction back from 31K back in 2023 back to $25,000. Okay? So from 31K back to $25,000. This was the war in Israel. That was the narrative. And listen, and again, I'm going to say it one more time. This is where we lost TikTok last time. I'm live on YouTube right now. If you lose me, you know where to find me. But listen, no matter how much you love or hate the Orange Man, I promise you, the war in Israel or the tariffs right now are not worse of an event than imminent World War III. It's just not. Okay? But the thing is, and the point of why I'm bringing this up is, when World War III was happening, this was a scary thing in the market, and we kept getting major crashes every time it would be talked about. World War III, it was being rammed down our throats. And this can be a thing. Why does the live keep going off? Because Big Brother does not like me talking to the ears of leadership. Big Brother does not like me talking to the ears of leadership. That's why you should follow me on YouTube. Okay? So listen. Pull back from 31K. This narrative right here was not worse than the tariffs. Or the tariffs were not worse than this. You have your selling climax. And we're going to bring this to where we're talking about right now with the tariffs. You have your selling climax, the secondary test. The secondary test goes lower than the selling climax. And then you start making higher lows, higher lows. You start making higher highs, and then boom, breakout. Okay? And the point of what I'm saying is, a narrative can be bad until, regardless of what it is, it doesn't matter what the narrative is. It doesn't matter the event. That's not what the markets don't like. The markets don't like uncertainty. And once they're used to a narrative, the narrative can no longer be negative or positive. It works in both directions. It works in both directions. Okay? And so, when we go forward, fast forward, where I think we are right now, same thing. You have the tariffs. And listen, whether you like the Orange Man or not, tariffs are not a more scary thing than World War III. I promise. I promise you, the tariffs are not a more scary thing than World War III. It's just not. Okay? It's just not. And what we have is the same thing that we just had, that we just talked about with the war. I'm macro. This is a bear trap in my opinion. And then micro. Same structure, same setup as we had back when the war in Israel kicked off. Big scary narrative that the market does not like. You have a selling climax. Then you have your secondary test. The secondary test goes lower than the selling climax. This is textbook Wyckoff. Let me show it to you, because I don't think you believe me. Textbook Wyckoff. Secondary test goes lower than the selling climax. Okay, we're all on the same page. Great. All right, and then you get a higher low, higher low, higher low, higher high, higher high, higher high. If we get one more higher high, I think this is a breakout. And what I talked about, again, going macro, to me, macro, micro and macro. This is basically what I'm showing you, two scenarios on different time frames where the same thing plays out. To me, macro, this is where we're at. Okay? You have a long boring period for the altcoins. The altcoins barely moved while Bitcoin does a 10x. This is during the same time frame. This is where the bear trap took place for Bitcoin. Bitcoin did a 10x. The market's pulled back. When it pulled back, the market was at the bear market lows. This is when the altcoins started. So macro, that's where I think we're at. This is a macro bear trap. And then micro, to me, it's the same structure as the war in Israel. Big scary event that the markets do not like. And everyone keeps talking about April. That's when it's going to go into effect. It's like, well, guess what? The markets don't like uncertainty. It's not the event that the market doesn't like. The markets do not like uncertainty. I'm really worried about the Shemitah. How do I prepare? Buy Bitcoin, land, gold, silver. No, has to take out liquidity in mid-70s. Says who? According to who? According to who? Is it going to do it with the fear and greed being in the 20s? Is it going to do it the most oversold since we were the C19 crash? Are we going to go lower? Being the most oversold since the C19 crash? Are we going to go lower when the stock market is in the most fear that it's been since the C19 crash, or the most oversold that it's been since the C19 crash? Are we going to go lower? Short term, up or down? I think short term, this is going to be a great week. I think the worst is behind us. That's what I think. That's my prediction. That is my prediction. Bare naked crypto. What about them? What happens when gold outperforms Bitcoin and Bitcoin comes right back and passes it? I think gold is going to outperform the stock market. Rest of 2025. You want to know what I think happens for the rest of 2025? This is where I think we are, ladies and gentlemen. Right here. Right here is where I think that we are. You had this big, massive run-up, and you had a pullback. This is a bear trap. This was all about Bitcoin. I said this in 2022. Bitcoin is going to go first. From the C19 crash. Let's make this long. From the C19 crash until right here, this first bear trap. This is the same dates. Bitcoin did a 10x. Look how flat the total 3 was. It was at the bear market lows. Bear market lows. Look how flat it was. And then boom. Everyone keeps saying it's different. Everyone keeps saying it's different. What I know is everyone is certain that we're in the bear market. What I know is everyone's certain that we're going lower. What I know is everyone has these clarity and certainty that Bitcoin is going below 70K. That's what I know for sure. What I know is everyone has certainty and clarity that alt season is canceled. And what I know is retail is always wrong. Those are the things that I know. Thanks for subscribing, Kevin. Appreciate you, brother. Is ETH dead? ETH will be all right this cycle. Will ETH flip Bitcoin? No, never. ETH needs to worry about ETH. No way everything's going to pump in April. I didn't say anything about April. What's your prediction on Bitcoin? Here's what I think is going to happen the rest of the year. Okay, macro right now, this is where I think we are. A bear trap. Because of where the altcoins are. It's just at the bear market lows. Basically the exact same spot. Okay? And then in the micro, I think we're doing a similar structure to the war in Israel. Okay, I have it right here. What happened? Bitcoin crashed from 31K back to 25K. Everyone, just World War III, that narrative was just shoved down our throat. World War III was shoved down our throat during this time. And listen, whether you like the Orange Man or not, tariffs are not worse than World War III, I can assure you. And what happens? The market gets used to it. It's a bad, scary thing until the market is used to it. And what happened? Selling climax, secondary test. Secondary test goes lower than the selling climax. Then you have a higher low, higher low, higher high, higher high. Boom. Breakout. Come on now. And then where are we at right now? So this is like the same sort of structure, tariff. Call it the tariff. The war or the tariff, whatever. Similar move. That was 23% correction. This is a 28% correction. In crypto, that's potato, potato. And then what do you have? Selling climax, secondary test. Secondary test goes lower than the selling climax. And then what do you have? Higher low, higher low. Higher high, higher high, higher high. If we get another one, come on now. Come on now. 1 week, stock RSI cross bullish happens twice a year. Look at the chart. This is where I think we're at. Micro, macro. Bear trap. I'm seeing a lot of creators saying, guess what? We're in the bear market. Guess what I know is true? Guess what I know is true? Call it the war on Orange Man. Death cross. No. I am bullish micro and macro. XRP might flip ETH at some point. At some point, I think that will happen. Thoughts on Bitcoin dominance hitting new highs? It could happen, right? Because let's talk about Bitcoin dominance and what I think is happening. And let me tell you why it could happen. Because what I think is happening, what I learned in boating school is, okay, what I think that this is right here, what we're looking at for Bitcoin. So it's just been on a straight line off to Valhalla for the past 2 years. By the way, this is one of the reasons that we're not in the bear market, because this is not where bear markets start. Bear markets do not start being on a straight line on Bitcoin dominance. Bear markets start with them falling off a cliff. That's where bear markets start. Not like this. Okay, so this is one of the reasons that the bear market has not started yet, because Bitcoin dominance does not start being in the 60s. That's not how the bear markets start. I'm sorry. But what I think this is, because it's been on a straight line off to Valhalla for the last 2 years, this to me right now is distribution. I already have it. This, to me, this is your buying climax right here. This is your automatic reaction right here. This is your up thrust. Up thrust in the rules of Wyckoff go higher than the buying climax. Okay? Let me show you textbook. What am I talking about? So there's two scenarios. If I am true, there's two scenarios to play out. So buying climax, automatic reaction, buying climax, automatic reaction, up thrust. This would even be your secondary test right here. ST. Okay? So buying climax, automatic reaction, secondary test, up thrust. Okay? Everybody with me? So we're somewhere in here. We're somewhere in here for Bitcoin dominance. We need Bitcoin dominance to fall in order for altcoins to go. Now, the question is, and why I say it's possible that Bitcoin dominance make an all-time high, because if this is the up thrust, like I think it is, there's two scenarios. Scenario number one would be LPS and then goodnight Charlene. That's scenario number one. That's what I think, because this was a very violent wick over here. We got all the way to 64%. That's the one I'm leaning towards, if I'm correct. But the other one would be a UTAD, and then LPS, and then goodnight Charlene. And I'll show you how that looks. Right here. Buying climax, automatic reaction, secondary test, up thrust, higher than the buying climax, and then the UTAD goes higher than the up thrust, and then you start to roll over. Either way, we're somewhere in phase B, working on distribution, in my opinion, for Bitcoin dominance. Now, once this falls off a cliff, then you have an argument that, hey, we're the bear market is near. Bear markets do not start like this. Okay? They don't. Draw a trend line from the upside to that low. Death cross, black swan happening. That's what bears say when they're just like, they have no clue why we're going up. Yes, black swans will happen. Guess what? You, me, or no one will be able to predict them, what they are, or when they're going to happen. You know why? Because that's by very definition, a black swan is an event that could not be foreseen. My prediction is Bitcoin dominance gets to, it doesn't need to get to this low. I don't think that that's going to happen. But I do think we get to low 50s, or high 40s is where I think we're going to get to. So when this is all said and done, however it wants to work out, I think we're going to be somewhere in here. And then Bitcoin would likely be $138K, $207,000. And then that's when you're going to get your proper altcoins. What's your top estimate and timeline? My estimate is we're going to rally into May. We're going to have a run of sorts into May. And my prediction is that the total 3, which is everything that is not Bitcoin and Ethereum, put in one basket. This will do a 50% move. That is my prediction into May. We're going to be boring and choppy June, July, August, September, and then we're going to go into euphoria in October, November. That is my prediction for the rest of the year. YouTubers been talking big crashes for the past 2 years. Exactly. When do you think all season will be? I think we're going to have an all run of sorts between now and May, but I think the proper euphoria is in November. Thank you for the, what is that? Into the light. You said, don't go into the light.
But the cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
Do you have a suggested source to explain the Wyckoff moves? At, what's his user? YABOYSKEY. At your boy Ski. You can become a member. And I have videos that I upload weekly. I had a black swan event after I ate gas station hot dog once. Yeah, we've all been there before. Gas station sushi for me. Still believe in NXRA. They doubled their supply. I don't like that. I think at best it's going to retrace. I liked it. I like H-bar ecosystem, but I don't like that they doubled the supply. Price equals supply plus demand. Any lower market cap coins that you're interested in right now? Solnic is my number one 100x low market cap gem. The BYOB movement. It's not just a slogan, it's a movement. Be your own bank. It's an FU to the big banks. It's an FU to big pharma. Any idea what happened to API 3? My bags have been pumping. API 3 has the same chart that I've been looking for. API 3 was on my value list for a long time. I took it off because it had too much inflation for me, but I still thought it was going to retrace. API 3 was a top value play for me for a long time. I took it off because I thought it had too much inflation. But yeah, this is a good start for API 3. The inflation, man, this would have been a lot higher already. XRP keeps dumping supply. Exactly. That's why it's going to $5 or $8 and not $500. Ryan says, hey, yo, Ski, give my brother a shout out, Greg. I got him a Solnic bag. Shout out to you, Greg, and welcome to the Solnic family. Are you selling any Bitcoin at 140 to 180 buyback in the bear market? Probably a little bit. We'll see. We'll see how things are looking. I'm going to let the market lead me, but yes, that is the plan. To sell a little bit. Think we pump tomorrow morning? I think that this week is going to be a green week is what I think. What's the best site to use to trade? In my opinion, BitUnex is my favorite exchange to leverage trade in the United States. I have a link that you can use if you want to support my channel and get some free crypto in the process. You don't need KYC and you don't need to use a VPN. And I've been using them. Listen, I'll be honest, transparent. Okay, so they reached out to me like a year ago to do like an affiliation with them. And I never used them before, so I used them quietly for 6 months. And I stress tested them as much as I could, withdrawing, depositing, trading. I stress tested them as much as I could, and I used them quietly for about 6 months. And then I decided to put my name on them because I thought it was a good product. And I've been very happy with them for the past 6 months or so, however long it's been. But yeah, if you want to use my link, you could do that. BitUnex. Link is in my description. To me, that's the best place right now, currently, to trade in the United States, not using a VPN or KYC. When what? Do you still believe VeChain hit 60 cents? That's my parabolic case. It's 246 for me. Low case is 20 cents. Medium is 40 cents. High is 60 cents. Irish Dano, thanks for the... What is that? Woodland Wooder? You savage?
But the cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
What's happening with MetaMask? I'm unaware. Link, I like Link. I think Link gets to $38 minimum, and as high as so my low case is $38. My medium case is $78, and my bull case for Link is $178. And I'll say about Link, BitUnex. The link is in my description. If you want to get free crypto and support the channel, you could do so. I think they're pretty good, but you don't need KYC. You just need an email, and you don't need a VPN. So I think they're pretty good. Like, set up an account with an email and then send in some crypto and you can start trading. It's as simple as that. And you can withdraw. I haven't had any issues withdrawing. I've withdrawn multiple times. Now, I still believe in self-custody and all of these things, but if you want to leverage trade in the United States right now, I think that that's the best one. Ski, you always said sell in May, go away. Now it's October. No, wrong. Wrong. Wait, do I have that? I think I have that one. I thought I had that one. Let me... So the saying in the traditional market is sell in May, go away. That's not Ski's saying. That is the saying that's been a saying for 100 years. That's not Ski's saying. Let me say again. I say again. Verily, verily, I say unto you. The saying that is in the traditional market, not Ski's saying, is sell in May, go away. What I believe is going to happen between now and the rest of the year is the total three, aka everything that's not Bitcoin and Ethereum, is going to do a 50% move plus into May. And then we're going to be boring June, July, August, September. And then peak euphoria, in my opinion, is going to be October, November. That has been my thesis since 2022. VeChain versus Rose. I think VeChain has a better chance of guaranteed gains. I think Rose has a better upside potential. What platform was he talking about to trade? Look, you could check my link tree in on my bio. It is BitUnex. If you want to get free crypto, you can use my link and we'll both get crypto. It is BitUnex. The link is in my description, and you can get free crypto. Top 5 alts for 2028-2029 bull run. Solnick, VeChain, Flux, depending on how far XRP pulls back, I might put XRP on there. But right now, I don't think it's a massive value. But depending on how far it pulls back, I might put XRP there. Solana. How was the fast, big dog? What did you break your fast with? I broke it with coconut water, and it was very good and very challenging at the same time. Those of you that don't know, I did a 36-hour dry fast, meaning no water, no liquids, no food, nothing for 36 hours. And that was very hard. I've done a 9-day water fast before. The 36-hour dry fast was harder, in my personal opinion, than the water fast. It was very good. I felt very refreshed, very rejuvenated. I felt very good, but it was very challenging. I'm not going to lie to you and say that that was easy. That was one of the hardest things I've done. After about 28 hours, it forced me, and I think this is the point, but it just forced me to be in the present moment at every single moment. And it was insane. It was very challenging, but I pushed through it and we did it, and I'm ready. I won't be doing a dry fast anytime soon again. I'll do water fast probably once a week from here on out. Maybe like a 36-hour water fast, 24 to 36-hour water fast from every week probably is what I'm going to do. And then maybe once a quarter, I'll do a longer one, 3 days or so. But dry fast, I think 24 is probably a good spot. I don't know that I'll do above that again. That was tough. But it was very good. It was like SEER school. It was the best training that I never want to do again. So it was good. How did you go that long without drinking anything? Listen, I'm not a doctor, nor am I an expert on fasting. I've done lots of fasts, but I'm not an expert, right? So I'm not the medical advice person or anything like that. But I can tell you what I did. What I did pre the fast is I drank a lot of what's called snake juice, which is just salt water is all it is. It's just a gallon of water that I put Himalayan salt in, sea salt. I put no salt, which is potassium. I put magnesium in there, and I put some baking soda. So I drank that. And then my last meal, I ate watermelon and I ate coconut along with avocado and steak and eggs. And the theory is, I don't know if this is true. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving you medical advice. Talk to your doctor and all that good stuff. But the theory is that your body can produce 1 liter of water per day converting fat. That's the theory. I don't know if that's true or not, but there's people that have done longer than 36-hour dry fast. I know that. Doesn't salt dehydrate you? I do that specifically for headaches because I am prone to getting migraines. I don't know if it does or doesn't. I don't think that's true. I've heard people say that. I don't know that that's true though. Not finding the BitUnex in your bio. Dano, could you give them the link, please? Bitcoin prediction next bull run 300 to 400K. I think that's pretty reasonable. HBAR isn't one of your top. Oh, HBAR. Yeah, let's put HBAR on there. I'm going to remove XRP and put HBAR on there. Dano should get it for you, Wayne. It should be just, let me just try to pull up Linktree. I'll see if I can get it to you. What's the benefits of a water fast? There's lots of benefits. Again, I'm not a doctor. But it's a reset is the main benefit. It's a reset. There you go. Let me get the... Here you go. I got the BitUnex link right here. Here you go. That's the link right there. It's in my link tree. The link tree is where you'll find the link. It has all my links. What is this? When do you see a reversal? I could see a reversal this week. Honestly. I think all the stipulations have been met. It's a reset. Okay, what are the benefits of fasting? It's a reset. There's like spiritual benefits, emotional benefits. I think the important thing to do, again, I'm not an expert. Listen, I'm not a fasting guru or anything like that. But I think the thing to do is set an intention on something emotionally, spiritually that you want to work on. What limiting beliefs do you have? And then set that intention. And every time that you feel hungry or thirsty, whatever your thing is, whether it's, you know, your faith or whether it's your belief in self or whatever that is for you, lean into that. And so for me, anytime I would feel hungry, I would pray, meditate, and then that's the point from an emotional, psychological perspective. I'm down 85 pounds in 3 years. Let's go, J Pro. I fast 20 hours every day. Yeah, fasting, man. Yeah, apophagy, I think, is the terminology where your strong cells eat your weak cells. Again, I'm not a doctor. Talk to your doctor. Do your... I read that it can starve cancer cells. Yes, I've read that too. I've read that a 10-day fast will essentially cure you from cancer. I don't know if that's true. But I try to fast all the time. And I feel I never regret it afterwards. I'll tell you that much. Sometimes I regret it during, but I've never regretted it once I'm done. How you feeling about Rose? I like Rose. Keep that in mind. It helped. Yeah, that's right. Most I fasted was 44 hours. I want to do 72. You can do it, bro. You can do it. The most I've done is 9-day water fast. And then I did a 36-hour dry fast. But I like the water fast way more. I think they're more bang for your buck. But I'll probably just do a 36-hour water fast. 24 to 36 every week. And I'll probably do less like really, really long ones that are extreme like that. It's probably what I'm going to do for the rest of this year. Personally. Ask Dr. Ski. Fasting removes toxin from your body. XRP pumping hard AF right now. Is it? My goal is to, in everything in life, not just crypto, not just like the gym, not just fasting and the lifestyle that I lead and that I do. My goal is not to convince you to do anything. That's not my goal. My goal is just to share what I'm doing. And if it helps you, by any means, steal any tools from my toolbox that you can that will serve you in your journey. And if it doesn't, just keep it moving. That's my goal. So it's crazy to think that about the fact that I'm hands down in the best shape out of anyone here, but you're not the strongest. That title goes to me. There are those that look strong and there are those that are actually strong. All right, let's look up XRP. They said it was pumping. There are those that look strong, and there are those that are actually strong. My Solnick target is more than $5.89 this bull market or the next. I don't know that I would say that XRP is pumping. I mean, it's all right. It's up negative 88% today, negative 0.88%, so less than 1. So I don't know about pumping. It's down 1% on the day. Sure. ICP. I think ICP gets minimum $30. I like ICP's technology a lot. Fartcoin is pumping. I think our definition of pumping don't match. Yeah, I think so too. Still $5 to $8? Yes, that is still my target. No, I'm probably stronger too, pound for pound. No, you're not. I am 180 pounds. And I'm repping 315. Pound for pound, no, you're not. Listen, I know they exist. I know they exist. But I've never met a pound for pound stronger individual that's not on gear. I'm sure they exist. To be pound for pound, you must bench double your body weight. If you could bench double your body weight, you might have a chance. And I'm fat right now. When I actually competed, I was 139 and I was pause press benching 275. The real question is whose pecker is bigger? Video proofer didn't happen. I've seen a U.S. Marine. He's a machine. Yeah, I'm sure they exist. There are definitely individuals that are stronger than me pound for pound that are not on gear. I've just never met them in real life. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never met them. I'm probably stronger. Okay, well, listen, I got video proof. Send your video proof. And I'll say, yep, Bale Flex is stronger. I don't take any gear. All natural. I bench double my body weight. I'm sure there's other people that can do that, but I've never met them. Ski XRP pumps 1% today. All right, guys. Took a 16-minute shit. That's impressive. That's impressive. All right, guys. That's going to be it for this time. If you missed the live stream, the entire live is available on YouTube. And for that matter, listen, I've never had a single YouTube video ever get taken down. It seems like once a week they suspend my live stream. So make sure you guys subscribe on YouTube so you don't have to deal with that nonsense. But I appreciate you guys. I'll be live tomorrow. And all this week. There's going to be a thing on Wednesday with me and the on-chain guy, and he's going to give a demonstration on how the Solnic Google Pay is going to work. And very soon we're going to be unveiling who the partnership is. So pack your bags. I think ultimately, we're going to have a really good week this week. But I'll be making videos either way, and I'll be making content either way. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow me on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. Peace, love, prosperity. God first. God bless.
Damn hustling, hustling.